Right, I've done the veg, it's all boiled, cooled off, excuse me, but what I forgot to say is, right, good morning. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to need to make sure this camera's positioned right, one leg's longer than the other on tripod. What I'm going to do now is just going to season this with salt and pepper and stick it in the oven for later. Voice is always terrible in the morning, don't know why, no idea. Probably because of all the shouting I did last night at Hyde United. But anyway, just season that. I was going to season it with one of my lumberjacks things, but I've decided I'm just going to use salt and pepper on this, with it going with fish tonight. So I'm quite generous with the salt, because I like it. And I also like pepper. Which, blinking heck, there doesn't seem like there's much in that. Can't get lid off. Right, need to put shopping, on the shopping list, pepper. Sink's filled up. Right, let's get that in the oven for later. And the next thing I'm going to prepare is the Provençal sauce. And I might even get the beef for the beef pie in the slow cooker as well. Because when I put it in the pie tomorrow, I don't want it to go in red hot, I want it to go in cool. Right, we'll do that. Yeah, regarding my bowls again yesterday, I've had a terrible few days. I got beat yesterday, my knee kept giving way. Playing 2 games in a row is not good. But on Sunday I hope to play more than 2 games in a row and win one of the club handicaps and retain the trophy that I won last year. But it's going to be hard doing, to be honest. To play more than 3 games in a day for my knee is really pushing it. So anyway, you can only try your best. Right, what I've done now, let me just see if it's in the camera shot. I'm not certain. I think it is, yeah. I've got the stand back from the oven. It's quite hot, that. So I've got the roast. I've got the vegetables roasting for this evening, as you can see. What I'm doing now is, I don't know. Oh yeah, I do know. I'm going to make a Provençal sauce. But I'm also going to put the beef in the slow cooker for tomorrow's tea. So I'll just peel an onion, put an onion in with it, as I've shown you before. Just score down the outside and you peel the skin off. Comes off in one go, see. Easy. Don't leave the peelings all around. Put them in the bin as you go along. Stay neat and tidy. I'm just reading some comments on yesterday's vlog, and a really interesting one which I should highlight myself and I haven't done, or I haven't done for a while. But it's a no, now correct me if I'm wrong, I can't remember what I've read, whether it was a lady or a man who put the comment on. I'm sure it was a lady, but she works at a hedgehog rescue centre, and a lot of the hedgehogs that come into the centre have been caught by strimmers, and they come in pretty horrific conditions. So if you are going to use a strimmer, check around the area that you're strimming before you wade in, because you get field mice. You make a bit of noise first, scare a few things away, but do check. And if you're working near water, check for young frogs, because if you hit them with a strimmer, it's horrific. So, but I do always check. I go through the long grass with a stick. I've only highlighted it a couple of times, so every time I use it now I'm going to try and highlight it. So I'm going to knock up a bit of gravy granules. I've got my steak there in the pan, which I'm just going to brown off in a bit of oil. So that can stay in the slow cooker till lunchtime today. As I say, I've got loads on today that I'm doing. I think, I'm not 100% certain, I'll decide when I get in the van. Oh, by the way, I took my mum shopping this morning, hence why I've got changed again. The smell in that van is horrendous. What had happened when I took the compost from the bungalow to the bottom 50, the compost juice ran out into my van onto my blanket. So I need to, I've not took the blanket out yet, but I'm going to take the blanket out and put it in the bin and get a new one in there. I just like to cover my tools up in the daytime when I'm working. I take all my tools out at night. So anyway, I'm browning that off. Once that's browned off and it cooked with the onion and the gravy granules, I'll pop it in there. And then tomorrow, I've cooked some carrots, which I have, well, I haven't cooked some carrots. Dawn cooked some carrots yesterday. I'm going to add them into the beef pie that I'm doing. So I've got, oh, and I've got some veg left over, some pumpkin and some parsnips from the roast veg, which I'm going to pop, because that's cooked. I'm going to pop them into the pie along with the beef tomorrow. Add a bit of veg into it as well to bulk it up. Right, let's just give that. All I'm doing with this is just browning the meat off with the onion. So we'll chop that onion. Yeah, and what I was saying today, I've got a busy day. I'm not certain what I'm going to first. But you know, Lee and Joanne, who have Pep, the house that we look after the little dog. I've got a big job on in Lee's garden. As you go in through the drive, he's got an area on his left-hand side that's full of shrubs. And it's probably taking, oh, it's making me cry again. It's probably taking up around about 10 feet of the border with all these shrubs. So he wants them all thinning out. I did a conifer on the banking last week, which he wants me to do. It's a lot bigger conifer this, and he wants this cutting down in half on the drive and hopefully shaping, but whether I can shape it, it might go a bit bare, but as I said, it's got a 50-50 chance. It'll either look horrendous or it'll look alright. Right, get that onion in there. So stir that in. Knock up some gravy granules. Now I've not checked. We've got an OXO. So I'm going to put an OXO in it. Some gravy granules. My favourite cup, what always makes me 4 teaspoons into my cup. I don't want to show you too much of my cooking today because I want to show you what the progress I'm doing on this garden at least. Although saying that, it could end up a mega vlog. Yeah, the sparrows are very active on the feeder this morning. I've been watching them actually. We've had about a dozen in there fighting over it. Do you know I only filled that up yesterday as well? But they all like to perch in that lilac tree. Yeah, brilliant. What I've done, I've put a couple of OXOs into the pan. Just give it a bit of a beefy flavour. I made the gravy quite runny, but I won't be putting a lot of gravy into. Well, there'll be a bit of gravy into the pie, but it's not going to be a dead runny pie. Because what I like to do then is strain the gravy away from the beef, put the beef and the veg, everything in the pie, and then I've got the gravy to pour over the pie and whatever we eat it with. Not certain what I'm doing it with yet. Right, that's one cooker's heating up. So we'll just give that a little bit of a taste before I put it in. Right, a bit more salt and pepper seasoning. Must check this pepper. I can't get into the lid. Sounds like there's some in there. There is some in there. I put it all over my hand and it's really coming. It must have just clogged up a little bit. I need to top my salt pot up, which I will do now. I always have some salt in the cupboard. And just top that up slightly. There we have it. So, a bit more in. Always people, my voice in the morning, honestly, it's awful. I don't know whether I told you or not what happened to me with my voice. I'll just take that off the highlight a little bit. I went back about 6, 7 years ago. I lost my voice completely and I couldn't speak. So I had to go to the ear, nose and throat clinic. It was horrible actually. You had to sit in a chair and they put a camera up my nose and thread it down into my vocal cords. So you couldn't move, you had to sit there straight and you had to swallow the camera down, horrible. But they found out that I had something called leukoplakia on my vocal cords. When you talk or you shout or you sing, when you go to pronounce, your vocal cords open up and it lets your voice come out. Well, this leukoplakia is like a fungal infection and it was caused by acid reflux. And it had built up on my vocal cords and my vocal cords wouldn't open. So I had to go in and have an operation. Obviously, I was put to sleep because they had to scrape the fungal infection off my vocal cords. And after the operation, I wasn't allowed to speak for 3 days, which I assure you is very difficult. Even, like you're in, the phone rings, you can't answer the phone, you can't do anything. So Dawn had made me a load of cards with things on. Can I have a brew? Please, thank you. Sorry I can't speak. All sorts of things on these cards which I'd hold up. But I don't know. But it seems to be going worse. But I'm on a tablet twice a day for it. And it's something I've got to live with for the rest of my life, unfortunately. Andy, you sound like Johnny Vegas. Right, that's now ready to put in the slow cooker. So I'll pop that in there. And that should be lovely and tender for when it goes into the pie. Right, you know me, I like to wash up as I go along. So, lids on that. Can I hear somebody inside? I think it's probably my mother. We'll just top that up. Not that light off. Now the next thing I'm going to do is the Provençal sauce. I'm not going to make much of it because it's just going to go over the fish. What I forgot to mention, I just bought one of these beef casserole seasoning mixes just to put in to it, just to thicken it up a bit and give a bit of extra flavour. Which I forgot to mention anyway. I popped that in there. I've not used it all because that serves four and there's only going to be for me and Dawn, so I can save a little bit for something else next time. Right, the next job I do, I've got my Bassa fillet fish, which are really nice fillets, nice big fillets, see? I've put a knob of butter on my tray, so I pop them on the tray, like so. I've let the water drain off them because, well, as you can see, they really are big fillets of fish, which I'm going to grill them later. I'll season these, again with a bit of salt and black pepper, like so. Bit of salt and a bit of black pepper, and then just a knob of butter and a bit of lemon on top. Right, so there you have it. It's all seasoned ready. I'll pop some foil over that. Then, when we get in tonight, everything is ready to go. I'm just going to knock the Provençal sauce up now. And, which I've put a bit of oil in a pan. I've chopped onions finely, along with a bit of garlic, which I'm going to brown off now. You can actually add, in this Provençal sauce if you want, if you like mushrooms, you can even add mushrooms into it, but we're not doing it with mushrooms tonight because I've got all the roast vegetables, so I don't need any more in it, if you know what I mean. So my next ingredients for that, I've crushed some garlic. I'm going to use some tomato and olive oil stir through sauce. You can use, which is the best way to do a Provençal sauce, is a concasse of tomatoes. So if you get fresh tomatoes, put them in a pan, only for 45 seconds a minute, stop it, peel off the skin, and then liquidise the tomato with some mixed herbs and garlic. And that's a proper Provençal. You can do it with a tin of tomatoes. I just fancy doing it with this stir-fry sauce tonight. So when that's all in, I'll taste it. If I feel it needs some more garlic, I'll top up with some garlic granules. And I use white wine, a bit of splash of white wine, which will show you how much. I've got my jars in here, see, of my blackberry vodka that's all infused. Those two have been in now for nearly 3 weeks. This one's been in for just over a week. So I'll probably, the ones that have been in for 3 weeks, at weekend I might strain off. We'll have a look anyway. Let's have a look out there. You know what? It's currently 9 o'clock. I've been down to Asda, took my mum shopping. I've done the washing. I've got all the washing up. I've watered the garden. I've got the beef on the go. I've done all the roast vegetables, and I've got a full day of gardening ahead. Fantastic. Right, the onions are softened off, and so I'm just going to add a bit of this sauce. Plonk it in. There's probably half a jar there. Just stir that in. Cooking this on a low light as well. I'm going to use all the jar, but I just wanted to stir that bit in. And then I'm going to add a bit of white wine, which I'll show you. There you are, a bit of white wine in it. If you want to thicken it up slightly, it's up to you how you want it. But if you want to thicken it up slightly, you can just add a bit of tomato puree, which is good. Right, so that's finished now. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. So we're all done here now. Let me just check that camera. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clean up the kitchen. Just stand back from the oven. I just want to check. Right, that's looking nicely roasted now, these vegetables, see? They look really good, they do. So, the sauce is done. So, I'm going to get on now to my gardening. So, see you in a bit. Right, I've got up to the garden, Alison and Simon's, where I planted the rose for Alison last week. And I tell you what, this looks really healthy. But what you've got to do, you've got to keep on top of them by deadheading them. So let's just see if I can position this camera. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on. Right, zoom into that there. Can you see that deadhead, that head that's dying, that flower? Get this camera right, Andy. Right, so all you do is you cut back to your first leaf and deadhead them, as so. And there's another one that's dying off there. You keep on top of that, the rose will keep producing more flowers, I think. Also, the acamilla now is starting to die off. You don't want this all dying off and the seeds spreading over the garden, because you'll get millions of these plants and you don't want them taking over. So what you need to do when they start dying off, just get like an hairdresser getting hold of somebody's hair, just grab hold of all the flowering stems and cut them back. That's all you need to do, and it makes it all look a bit tidier. So I'm going to do a bit of weeding, and then the other thing is, I'll just see if I can pick this up. It's really important with marigolds. Hang on. That you, let's zoom in. I've shown you this before, but you must keep deadheading marigolds. So when you've got them, I mean that stem's broke, but just deadhead them. They flick off, and if you want, keep them, because these are all the seeds as I've shown you before. Can you see that? Let's see. Yeah, these are all the seeds. So you can keep them for the following year. Right, I've finished here now at that garden. It's
12, what time is it now? Just after 12 o'clock. I've got to nip into Hyde and put the Irish lottery on, so I might catch Dawn down there, I don't know. But you see this garden every other week when I do it. But I always like showing you because it's such a nice, pretty garden, isn't it? So I've done all the deadheading around the flower beds, and yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I've tidied the hanging baskets up, and what I've done, I've given it a good watering because the ground felt quite dry. So I've hoed it all and what have you, so it looks nice. So right, let's get on to the next. Well, I'm nipping to Hyde first. And then I'm going having a look at Lee's garden. I'm on Lee's tomorrow. And then I'm going to go and catch up with Tom. Not certain whether we're doing some spraying or not. Not 100% certain. But I've got a few bits I need to do on the farm anyway. Right, let's get into Hyde. Right, what's going on here now? Anyway, I'm coming to do my little bit to help out where help is needed. Tell you what though, what a great job he's doing here now. I actually think you can see him on the lane through the gaps. Marvellous that.
4 hour pod.
That's good. Right, so I thought I'd come down and give him a hand. Yeah, that's why I said the 110 forests. Oh, and I've just tripped up over a blinking branch. Do you know what? Oh, I didn't trip over a branch, I tripped over that. Why? If there's anything to fall over, Dawn always says, Andy, you'll trip up over that. Doing a good job though, look at this. It's getting all the branches trimmed down, everything neatened off, so all the timber's not going to go to waste, it can be used somewhere else. Now, I've just been and unloaded my van, as you can see, apart from my toolbox. What I'm planning to do now is try and get as much of this rubbish what I tidied up yesterday on Tom's bungalow and get it shifted down to the land so we can get it chipped. It's a bit of a job, this. As I said, we need to get it all tidy because we're not going to be able to we won't be able to get much done if we've got mess everywhere, so we've got to keep it tidy as we go along. I think my van's going to need a valet afterwards. These leaves are all going to come off. I've got rid of the smell of the compost with having the van doors open all day. So when I've got rid of all this, I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut the front lawns. Not today though, because tomorrow as well I've got to cut all Tom's lawns again. They're ready. Right, let's I'm not sure whether I'll get this all in one go. If I can't get it in one, it will only take two. But it's certainly filling me van up. So tell you what, I'm not going to be able to. Just had a look in front of the van. And it's all piled up round my driver's seat. I'm going to be camouflaged completely. Right, I've just got that bit left, but I cannot get it in anymore because that's full. And there's a lot of timber in there, that's for sure. Right, what I've got to do now is try and find a space to put all this. So I'm going to claim this little bit of land here at the back before Tom gets here to empty all this. Tell you what, doesn't look a lot there, but wait till I get it here. Hey up! Look at that! That's only one lot.
Is it?
That's actually only one lot of what you cut down.
I like cutting them down, I just don't like moving the aftermath.
No. But That's the, I've got
Hey!
No,
It'll go in a chipper and go like no tomorrow.
Exactly, look how neat that is for going right in the chipper.
Are you not anti-taxing any of it?
But no, no.
There's some branches there.
There is, I know, but they'll go through the chipper. We could use the chippings on the nature trail, can't we?
They'll get used everywhere.
They'll get used.
How boggy does it get?
It gets very boggy. It's great recycling.
It's probably going to get really boggy tomorrow.
I'll tell you when it'll be really boggy.
Don't say October.
Probably first 2 weeks of October.
No!
What we could do with
It's a miracle?
Yeah. Well, there is aeration on that thing, so we've got moles to aerate the ground.
Oh. That's too soon.
Right, hang on.
Do you know what? I worked.
So as I say, he's gone now. It is though, it's neat that now. It's all ready to be lifted into the chipper. Right, I'll go back and get the next lot and come back and see what he's been up to when I get back. Brilliant. Well, somewhere I can hear him in there, and I get the feeling this is the end of this tree. And not only that, it's home to some squirrels. They're not living in there at the moment, but I think it was a good idea to evict them.
Andy.
Yes.
World's biggest holly bush versus world's smallest chainsaw.
Yeah.
You in it?
Go on.
Give me a few more hours.
If you didn't hear what he said it's the world's biggest holly bush against the world's smallest chainsaw.
Almost there. Almost there. Switching sides.
So we're just gonna can hear it going. Be careful. It's coming.
Oh my gosh!
Gosh.
Bloody hell! Oh my god!
Right, where's that squirrel's dray? Where's that? He's disappeared. Where is he?
Andy! I'm in the bushes! Like, there's the give! I'm riding the worm! That was a big tree.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a big drop in front of me.
Nobody be upset about this, by the way, because all these trees are actually being replaced with new ones, and they're going to be in better places, so this needed doing.
And it could potentially be named after some people. If you do like a team trees thing, like other YouTubers have done,
Yeah.
people, if they want to, can plant their own tree on the land. Just saying.
Yeah, what a great idea.
Cool. Big oak tree named after someone.
Yeah. So in there now we've got the squirrel's dray, which is there, see? It's there, it's a tangled mess of sticks. Tom didn't know what a squirrel's dray was, but this is one. In fact, is it a squirrel? Yes, it's a squirrel's dray. No, there's no squirrels in it.
You ready, Andy? I'm going to trim the last of it.
Come on.
I don't think it'll go anywhere because the branches go.
No, probably not.
That is one heavy tree, man. I think it's just going to collapse on itself.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say that could be a goodbye. Yeah, perfect. Well done, lad.
There you go. That is now disconnected.
Well, he said, can you come down and give us an hand? So I've come down and given him an hand, and we managed to really got stuck in today, to be honest. Yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it? So, anyway, I think somebody's arrived. I think Alfred might be here. Hopefully, not seen him for a while. I'm going to have to buy Alfred a new coat, and I'm going to have to get him a new bag what he goes to nursery with. Because I can't believe what they're dressing him in. Again,
It's nothing to do with it.
again, he's in red.
Had nothing to do with it, Your Honour.
Well, that looks nice, Alfred.
You know what? It smells amazing.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, that smells good. Give me a little bit.
Can I have a bite? Can I have a bite?
You don't tell me, Daddy.
Come on, it's sharing.
Are you sharing? Ta. Look at him.
Oh,
He's
God,
so
that's-
good, isn't he?
That's gorgeous, that.
Mate, can you believe we've had this place for nearly a year?
Don't suppose we've got much to do really now, have we, Tom?
I can't tell whether or not that's sarcasm.
Yeah, you can't imagine me being sarcastic.
No,
No, I'm not sarcastic, no.
not at all, Andy.
No, not at all. Anyway, it's come to that time of day again when I always say, you know, what's the one I say? I always forget what I say. Right, I know what I say. You know, if you like what you see, even if you don't like it, you can subscribe to my channel under the Gardener G Cross. You can leave a like and ding dong on that bell. You know, I always do leave you with something, so today I've only got one option, and to leave you with, just look at that view.